Look how wonderfully the slats of the whitewashed fence read against the dark trees in the middle and right. However, the roof and blank wall read poorly against the light sky. The artist must first recognize this is a value problem, and then, with a value and design sketch, solve the problem. Here I mix cerulean blue and permanent magenta with a touch of aureolin to neutralize it, and place it where the tree trunks on the left will be found with negative space. Now I counterbalance in the foreground. Notice the foreground has several different colors, but all very close in value. Now I add Red Hot Mama to the mixture, which gives another foreground warm variation. The page is dried, so now I can begin carving out some of the fence slats. Here, a blue-gray mixture is made and placed where the far trees above the fence will be found. You can't really tell yet, but I'm placing this color around the negative space of the farmer's hat and head. I was planning on saving a little light on the side of the roof, but the background has flowed across it and dried. So I re-wet and scrubbed the area with my Winsor Newton 1-inch flat. And blot the pigment off. Here I mix a warm green-orange and begin to find hints of the ground foliage and its path with negative space. Now I begin to carve out the first hints of limbs and trunk of the far tree. I see my 1.5-inch brush is way too clumsy, so I blot with a clean paper towel and pick up my 1-inch Winsor Newton flat instead. I want to take the viewer into the open door of the barn and see there are things in there, but not really explain what they are. Now I mix a middle value warm green with ultramarine, aureolin, and a touch of burnt sienna. This earthy green works well with all the contrasting yellow-orange in the foreground. Now I'm ready to address the darker, closer tree on the right. So I mix a dark green with ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, and a touch of yellow, and begin carving out the trunk with negative space. You can't see, but I'm constantly referring to my value sketch here. Here I find a few negative shapes of ground cover. Now I mix ultramarine and burnt sienna for a rich, powerful dark. How do you know in advance where these values will be found? Do a value sketch. Here I'm stopping to soften a few edges. I seldom allow the white of paper to go off the edge of the painting. It can lead the eye out of the painting. So here I take a touch of palette gray and knock the white down a value to light value on the left. Here I mix a warm violet with permanent magenta and a touch of ultramarine blue and begin finding the chickens with negative space. This alternation of color temperature is utilized in the negative space of the chickens as well. Now dark violet is mixed with permanent magenta and ultramarine and placed in the negative space by the farmer's face and hat. This creates dramatic value contrast. The roof and tree trunk on the left are the same color and value. The trunk needs a bit more variation, so I'm pre-wetting and darken it just a bit. This concept doesn't come naturally to any of us. We've been taught all our lives to think, draw, and now paint in the positive. But when we learn to think in terms of painting values and shapes rather than things, something special happens. Negative space is truly the language of watercolor. I hope you enjoyed the demo. As always, Martha and I much appreciate you. See you soon.